This week's Walk and Talk starts off at ABT Electronics, or Apt Electronics, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And if you get here right at opening, you can avoid the crowds. Even the fountain's not on yet. We see the plane, the Hamilton plane. But where we're headed, give a shout out to Mr. Thomas Edison quick. Hello, sir. Where we're going, why we got here this early, is to go to the cave and check it out. They even have the Venom Stern Pinball. Turning on NFL Blitz, and I did notice something. They don't have the deck protector on here. This is gonna peel right off. We were here a couple of months ago. I'm not sure if that was on there. I'm not really sure why that's not on here, because it's gonna peel off. They are selling NFL Blitz brand new for $4.99. It's like $129 off, if that's what that is indicating. Or is that an open box? It's like, could you buy this for $129? Probably not, but $4.99. That seems to be going like the Best Buy prices. Actually, Walmart is selling these for $3.99 right now in store. It's not showing up online, but something to check out if you're looking for NFL Blitz. And going up to their Golden Tee, actually, there's no deck protector on the Golden Tee either. Now this is, I did not notice this the last time I was here. Pinballs are off. They do have The Godfather, Guns N' Roses, Toy Story 4. I don't want to turn on too many, but, and Shack Jam, guys. Shack Jam does have the deck protector. If I see an associate, there's a kind of a little table over here. I'm gonna ask what happened to those deck protectors, because I just remember seeing them when I was here last time. Actually, I never saw the startup screen on that Shack before. It was kind of cool. This arcade, I mean, if you follow the channel, I have been monitoring this, and they are selling this. It's back at full price, $6.99. Oh, that's the delivery. So, okay, so that, if I would have read this in it, $129 for delivery and install, but I think it's free delivery if you're not going to get the install, because it's, sorry, I kind of had a blonde moment earlier. And just to check the monitor, I have, after seeing this, I have said it's not as bad as you think. I mean, you're looking at both angles. There was one bad side, and I'm not seeing it. You know, guys, I gotta tell you, I mean, okay, we're not 3 feet tall, so we're not gonna play it like that. And I'm not Dikembe Mutombo, but actually looking down like that, we have I have a huge decision to make on, am I gonna get the Shack Jam, because I know there's gonna be a sale coming. So if you're watching this video and you're like, oh my gosh, you know what? I kinda want the Shack Jam. Hold out for the sale, because with the deluxe coming very soon, it's only gonna bring this price down. And I'm gonna do some comparison for myself, you know, and for others that, you know, if you're looking for this cabinet or the deluxe, because I gotta tell you, I mean, there's a couple of things you're missing out on here, like a coin door, a light up coin door. I've always loved that marquee, and it's a 19-inch screen, and it's not that bad of a picture. And there's a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 at this store too, and actually I heard this playing. It's over in the other room, so on the other side of this wall is where the Shack Jam, the NFL Blitz, the Golden Tee were, and I could hear this, and I go, oh my gosh, that's right, I know, I did see that online, that they did have availability, $5.99, on Marvel vs. Capcom 2. very interesting. You know, as a recording of this video, we're mid-September 2023. And we can still get Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The FOMO built up, the pre-orders, and lo and behold, we could walk out of here at ABT Apt Electronics today. We could walk out of here with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. A shot of Venom all turned on now. I didn't want to, I told the gentleman powering these on, I didn't want to, you know, I turned on a couple arcade ones, but I didn't really want to touch anything here. Kind of just going with the flow here. I don't want to be too pushy. It's pretty cool that I can come in here, record this stuff without, you know, actually a lot of people here. Really special place. They do have a Pac-Man Pixel Bash, and you may have remembered, if you've seen the prior video, that when we came here in the cave and saw some of these games, arcades, $2,848. Looks like the stools, it's probably a 99 a piece. I don't know if that's for both of them. Pac-Man stool, so 200 bucks, you gotta get both stools. And the 179 is the carpet, so you can really deck it out. There are places for these cocktail cabinets, right? This one's obviously a step up from the home arcade. This is more commercial. I mean, it's just solid. You can see how thick this is. The buttons are a little more quality than what we're used to, and the joystick, you know, this doesn't really screw off. It does turn, but definitely a step up from what I'm used to. Take a look at the screen. Not a bad picture. There, you have the glare from the lights, but I was just kind of looking for any light bleeding. It's not bad. Another reason why I made the trip to Apt ABT Electronics today was that announcement from AtGames. Literally, just happened a day ago, and everyone has heard their partnership with ZEN Studios and getting titles like you can see at Adam's Family right there, and many more. And this is something that I asked months ago when we started talking about the 4K AtGames. Give us more licensed games. Like, give it, we'll buy them. I'll buy them. And they're doing that. You're seeing that happen with the ALU and now the ALP. 2024 is, it's just looking incredible for AtGames. We'll see what we get from Arcade 1-Up. If you have an iArcade OG, first gen, I mean, you're turning that into a multi-cade. You're putting anything you want. You make it in any cabinet you want. You want a shooting cabinet? If you want to have every game, you can. The storage on these is phenomenal. We have so many options right now. But a big one for me, I was on the fence about the pinball. I said, I'll get the ALU 4K. Said I'd get a couple more Arcade 1-Ups this year. I'm gonna get an NBA Jam. Time Crisis is coming. Possibly the Street Fighter 2 Deluxe. Hearing rumors that that artwork and that control panel doesn't match. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know the facts on that, but that's what I heard. The ALP just worked its way up on the list. Like, I'm tempted to get the pinball, then the ALU. I think I'll get both, but I think I'll get the pinball first now. To have those options, this is very exciting, and I was hoping to see this in Cleveland. The last news was there was a delay, they weren't coming out. It looks like it's December on those pre-orders. Clicking the link taking us to the AtGames. AtGames partners with ZEN Studios announced new AtGames Legends 4K pinball machines, including the Addams Family Standard Edition. Which, I mean, who doesn't love the Addams Family game? And it's just a matter of time before we get more and more. And as far as the ALU, having Microsoft, having Killer Instinct, could we see other things like possibly Konami, Sega, from AtGames in the very near future? It seemed like every week we'd had something to talk about. Last week, was the first week in months that nothing was really announced from Arcade 1-Up, AtGames, anybody. This week, having that news on the ALP 4K, you know, what if we could get Venom down the road? Like, I mean, guys, it's tempting. I mean, you know what? I mean, it's still $7,000. It's kind of, I mean, you could swing it. It's possible. You could plan, you could save for it. Like, a way to bring this home. If I could pick any pinball, I mean, I'd definitely go with the Venom. Just because I'm a huge comic fan. I like Spider-Man, Venom. This would be really cool to have. I mean, perfect for any nostalgia comic fan. If you're into any of this, I mean, this is what we grew up with. Very cool. Love to have this. Reminds me of those old times at the movie store. There was a Michael Keaton Batman from '89, and it was from the waist up, and you know, underneath was all the movies you could purchase. And I asked them, I said, you know, when you're done with this, can I have it? And I actually got it, and I hung it. It's just a cardboard cutout. I hung it in my room for years. It was really cool to have, and that reminds me of it. Some lucky kid is gonna get this for their room, or a middle-aged adult, right? Beautiful looking pinball. I mean, to have these options, to bring different style arcades, multi-cades. Professional grade here. I mean, look at these buttons. Joysticks feel a little not too impressed. I mean, if you're spending close to $5,000, look, it's marked down, like, you know, you're saving. It's not going to be their legit sale all the time, but you know, for the games on here, I mean, we're able to get any game we want. You know, you're getting this, like, this thing, I don't know if I said this last time I was here, the anchors that would have to hold this up on the wall, because there's nothing underneath. I'd expect a little bit better controls, but this is another option that you can get. You know, it's just people with money, they could definitely put something like this in. You know, I'm okay with the Arcade 1-Ups. I'm okay with AtGames. If they can give us these titles, it works for me. And when I want to play full-size stuff, for me personally, that's when I go to those free plays, those unlimited plays, and I can get that out of my system. If they're not giving us the titles we want, that's how I play them. That's how I play Lethal Enforcers. There's ways to bring that home. We just might not always get it in a dedicated cabinet. I just never thought I'd actually see a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 floor model set up at a store. Arcade 1-Up has a great way to build that FOMO. None of these cabinets are ever going to sell out at day one. If you don't feel comfortable pre-ordering, don't do it. You know, leave it up to people that absolutely want that immediately. Prices will come down eventually, but they'll always be in stock. And sales like for this, it hasn't dropped yet. In a title, a cabinet like Star Wars, Wayfarer, it came down to like $555 at one point. It takes time, and then we get those 24-hour sales that unfortunately never work for anybody in the world, because whenever that sale happens, it's like it's the worst timing, but it will happen. Seeing this set up here is a good sign that there's a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 out there. And a very important message from ABT. Please do not climb the skee ball. Very frowned upon. Gotta respect the game room. It's a great place. Glad we made the trip here. Every couple of months we'll check out Apt, see what else they have here. You never know what you'll run into, and if Shack Jam had a sale price on there of like $3.99 or better right now, probably be leaving with it, but it's back at $6.99 for the time being. There's this full-size golden tee. I think the best find today was seeing that Venom Stern pinball. Definitely something very cool to look at. People start showing up, they'll turn on the fountains. You can see Humpty Dumpty here. Actually a bubble machine over here. People, bunch of stuff to do. They do have a candy shop above that bubble machine and a bunch of furniture in the second story, nice skylight. It's like it's its own very unique mall, and it's all the same store. Everything here, it's app, ABT Electronics. They have something for everybody here, and it just reminds me of the Harry Met Sally, when Harry Met Sally movie, when Harry ran into his ex-wife when he was with Sally. They were at the Sharper Image store, and this is what, you know, whenever you go downtown Chicago, they always have a Sharper Image store in the late 90s, something to check out. Always some very unique stuff to see. This is what it reminds me of. Coming soon, they're breaking another store over here, and that's where all the noise was coming from. I was like, what is that banging? They have a time coming in 2023, so I'm not sure if like these other businesses like Apple, Time, like if they lease out the space because it's app, ABT. Very interesting. All the history of this place, it's a family business. They've been around for a long time, but very unique. I feel bad for the staff who is working that have to listen to this. I was wondering, what is that noise? And just heading out from that main area kind of reminds me of like the main street at Disneyland, Disney World. Just kind of have all the areas to go. There's so much staff that works here. There's a whole area beyond the appliances of representatives to talk to. I mean, they're everywhere. Even home fitness. It's amazing everything that is in this store. Very cool place. And for a Saturday, not a lot of people. Now it is early. The first time that I came here, it's probably about right now, about 10:15, 10:30 in the morning, showing up here. This is probably when it starts to get busy. Different time of the year than when I was here earlier, but something really cool. Glad we made the trip and stopped at ABT today. And decided to pull in to the Oasis, grab some Dunkin' Donuts, coffee. We just drove under the bridge when we went to app, to ABT Electronics. Now sitting on top, a little different perspective. Looking at I-94, this is towards Chicago. We're going towards Milwaukee, so we'll steer it this way. Going back where the traffic is. We got a large coffee, Dunkin', and a couple of donuts. Got 3 of them. Start off with the chocolate Lon John. I'm actually wearing the Blue Beetle shirt. Looking forward to that movie. Shouldn't be eating donuts, but I'm hungry. It is before 11 a.m. I was gonna stop somewhere else to eat, but technically it's still breakfast. Came out to app ABT really early when they opened, just to avoid the crowd, so breakfast late. Donut number 2, chocolate cake. We doing our cardio. We got a Boston cream, couldn't remember the name, our coffee. Got the cream filling. I should not. Custard filling. Usually don't eat like this. Kind of watching the weight, but thought when in Rome, what the heck. Usually Dunkin', it's a tad cooler, hotter than lukewarm, but not super hot. It's like McDonald's coffee is always hot. You always heard that story, like it's McDonald's coffee's hot, but it can't be that hot. So like hot is hot, but yeah, it's pretty hard to drink. Small sips today. It's that Dunkin' we went to over here. I wasn't gonna pull up, like I said, still early, but I saw the Dunkin' sign. The fact that we drove under the Oasis, Hey, what the heck? We'll stop in before we head back to Wisconsin. Now this Best Buy just got a facelift. I want to say we were here early summer, beginning of summer. Want to check out how it looks inside. They did go with that new Best Buy logo. Looks pretty good. We'll run inside, see if there's anything different, new at this location than what we're seeing. And the last time we were here, there was plastic hanging everywhere. It looks really sharp. Some very high-tech, clean-looking Best Buy. Kind of hoping that we find a casino cage here, because we don't come to this Best Buy a lot. I'm hearing rumblings that the casino cages are showing up at Best Buy. We'll see. This was actually one of the first Best Buys that had the MK2 Deluxe. You can see that blue carpeting. Did a really good job here. They do have an MK2 Deluxe on display. Actually, it showed up perfect timing there as we walked up. And the kiosk. We'll see if anything changes. This is becoming like secondhand to us as much as we look at these kiosks. And I did notice last week that, okay, so at my home Best Buy, it's actually a Ridge Racer, you know, on the, actually embedded on there. Here, actually matches that MK2 Deluxe. I wonder if that was just a typo glitch, because everything else is matching. T2 still acknowledging every Best Buy we go to. You see that $315.99, and everything does match. Actually, just wanted to check this out because I didn't know that we would see Ridge Racer behind that MK2. Actually, just went to make sure there was a clear deck protector. I wonder why ABT Electronics did not have that clear deck protector on that Mortal Kombat. I mean, on their arcade one-ups, they have it on the Mortal Kombat. Very weird. I've never seen that before. I even said something to the gentleman turning on all the pinball machines. I said, you know that's gonna wreck the art. He goes, I'm well aware of it. I'm like, well, he couldn't tell me. He just couldn't tell me what happened to those deck protectors, because I swear the last time I was there, they were there. You know what? I wonder if somebody went in there. They tightened. Here's the theory. They over tightened. They cracked theirs. They went in there same time I did, or late at night before they closed, and ripped them off. You think that was possible? It's the only thing I can think of. Why were they missing? We have a demo area for the Meta Quest. You can try the goggles on. I don't know if they come off. I don't want to set the alarm off. I set, you know, the alarm goes off a lot at my home Best Buy. Don't want to set it off here. See the MK2. But I did notice that they did have some good Super 7 here. Looks like they're back at the full price. We haven't seen the sale on the Dinosaur T-Rex. They do have a couple of the Turtles and that classic Cookie Crisp. I always compare Scratch to the Roberts on the Cookie Crisp, the old images. I guess there's a wolf on there now, and a cool Damian Wayne. It looks Robin. Back at that Walmart that did have that MK2 Classic, and I did look this up about a week ago. I would have came out here last week just to see if it was still here. It was off the website and it's not showing up in person, but what is showing up is the MK1 30th. Actually, that Blitz was here too for $3.99. So, you know, we saw the sale at Apt Electronics of $4.99 in Walmart. You know, if you can find a Blitz in the store, you'll get it for $3.99. $2.99, you get that MK1. And out of all the peasants, you know, you could walk right in here right now, pick this up. They even have a riser. Last time we were here, they did have 2 risers. You can still get that riser for $59. This is a sharp looking cabinet. I know the marquee doesn't light up. There's ways around that. It's just such a great looking cabinet. Really like that artwork. Too bad it's upside down. They do have pretty tight security on some of these. The MK2 Classic was kind of like bungeed in here. You can see that the riser is too, so must have had some issues with theft at this location, but they do have a Ms. Pac-Man and a Pac-Man peasant version, and they are showing up. You can see a Snickers wrapper, $2.99. But yeah, somebody got lucky with that NFL Blitz, but it's cool to come here and see the MK30th as we get closer to the holidays. You never know. This $2.99 could turn into a $1.99. And for $22.96, it looks like a Halloween limited edition 3-film Ghostbusters collection. You kind of have that Halloween coloring here, theme. Never know what you come across at Walmart. I'm always knocking stuff over. They do have their Halloween haunts on display. And we're gonna stop at Costco. Only one Costco today. This will be our final stop, just to see if we come across that Pac-Man XL and the possible Star Wars pinball. And just parking in the back, it is crazy busy here. So I didn't want to go in this like mosh pit over here. Parked way on the side. It's kind of like my thing. Around the security wall over there by the loading docks. This place is a booming. And an interesting thing is, the last time I was at Costco was at night, and some of these doors were closed. Now this wasn't the Costco we went to on our last walk and talk, but I guess we come here Sunday nights. Usually the doors are open. I'm used to having them open. I just want to point that out, that only ones, you can see where people are coming in and out. Only one docked garage door or two are open at Costco. Fingers crossed, we're gonna see Pac-Man XL this time at Costco. And this is new. I didn't recognize, you know, the colors stand out. You know, we usually see the PlayStation 5s, the Xbox, the Switch. Very cool to see. You know, colors like this really gonna attract your eye, attract your attention. Okay, this is a good sign. The nostalgia is already hitting the second we walk through that door at Costco. Guys, guess what? I mean, my stomach just dropped. We got it. We found the Pac-Man XL. Doesn't look like the XL is plugged in, but we got the molded coin doors. And you can see those light up buttons. So $5.99 for Pac-Man, $6.99 Star Wars pinball, and there's 5 showing up here. And I wonder how many actually came. Like if we went up on the rafters, if there's anything, some laser tag over here, if there's anything else hidden, but yeah, your XL, and just comparing this to like that Shack Jam, it's a smaller box, which wider than a deluxe or a peasant version, but I want to say the same length because you don't have that riser. XL size. The 14 games. I mean, it's your exact same as the deluxe, just that bigger form factor. I mean, the deluxe is going to come with those screw covers. I mean, just look at that. And this is, you know, I measured the Shack marquee. This is bigger than the Golden Tee marquee. I want to, well, it's close. It's close. Shack's bigger. But just coming across this XL, that's going to screw up just like your standard arcade one up. And is it going to have that bubble effect that we've seen at it? I don't see it. It looks good. I mean, 19-inch screen, and you do have those grill covers for the speakers. Looks amazing. And I stand corrected, there's actually another one behind along with some more Star Wars pinballs. That's just attracting a crowd. I mean, why wouldn't it? So you see another XL. So, you know, Costco's are getting a good amount of these. And I gotta be honest, like, I don't know if I can walk out of here without purchasing one of these, but I mean, I just bought Time Crisis. Guys, I don't know. I don't know if I have this. I don't know if Pac-Man was on the list of, like, it's just hard to pass up an XL. I mean, just the size of this is incredible. It's not so much the game lineup for me when it comes to Pac-Man. It's the XL, it's the size, and that's exactly the same way I feel about Shack Jam. It resembles an actual arcade, doesn't it? I mean, just look at this. Now, just in case we don't come across this again, and I was thinking on the way here that if I did see this pinball, you know, it'd be tempting. I know it's $700, but just the news from AtGames alone, as impressive as this is, I gotta say I'm gonna hold out for the AtGames when it comes to the pinball. I mean, why wouldn't you? You're gonna get so much more than just the 10 games that come with this.
The most serious mind.
It is cool though. I mean, who doesn't love Star Wars? I mean, you know what, at $3.99, I could see getting that along with the AtGames. But that XL, I can't make a decision right now. I mean, I didn't know that we would actually come across these, but a big shout out to my buddy Skids, sending me a picture from the Illinois Costco. Same display, he had the pinball in his picture and the Pac-Man XL, and I thought, you know what, maybe they're gonna work their way up to Wisconsin, and this weekend we come across it, and we sure did. Pac-Man XL, Star Wars pinball at Costco. We could have filmed another walk and talk, just standing in front of there. I didn't want to. There were so many people interested to see that, and why wouldn't you be, right? I mean, it's just so impressive to walk up to an XL. I left the tape measure in the car. I wish I would have had it on me. I would have measured the height of that. I mean, it was just so big. It was so cool to see, and people coming to Costco, seeing this, like, are they familiar with Arcade One Up? It's stuff like this that, I mean, if you could just see all the people that were inside of here, that they know that there's a Pac-Man XL, there's a Star Wars pinball, and it helps our community get the word out. And so many people at Costco today, where that was you know, the main aisle. You had to have seen it, and I would have spent more time, but there were so many people. I just wanted to get, we got our shots, wanted to get out of the way. Now I gotta talk myself out of the FOMO of missing out on that XL. If that Star Wars pinball was cheaper, you know, I'd probably be picking that up too. I wanna thank everybody for watching. We did it all today. We went to so many places. We found so many arcades of all different, you know, pinballs. Arcade One Up, that Venom pinball. I mean, how cool was that? I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm out of breath, I'm tired, I'm worn out, I'm going home. I'll see you guys. We'll do another midweek walk and talk in a couple of days. See you next time. Have a great week.